Morning, everybody, or good afternoon. 7 a.m. here in the UK. I'm going to share a couple of concepts that I use. So bear with me while I try and work out the technology. I should have got this handled by now, obviously, but you can tell me if you see my screen.
Yep.
You can see that? Right. So one of the things that I use when I'm talking to people that have got all of their money on deposit in the bank or the building society, and they're sort of reluctant to go into the investment market. So basically we try and give them an idea to warm them up to the idea of investing. So first thing I do, and I do use this because I try not to be too stuffy when I'm talking about things, but here we go. So imagine the first time you ever went to the beach, and you sit there on the beach and you put suntan lotion on just to protect yourself. But you know, if you sit there all day, you're just going to get roasted alive. So you might go for a paddle. Now, bear in mind, this is the first time you've ever actually been to the beach. So have a paddle first, and then as your confidence increases, you might go for a swim. And again, furthermore, having swum a little, you might develop and do a bit of snorkeling. You know, you'll rent some gear from the guys on the beach and have a bit of a snorkel, which is a little bit more risky than swimming. Because, you know, you'll go under the water and go a little bit deeper and maybe go a little bit further out than you ordinarily would. Some people take it from there. They'll actually strap a tank on their back and go scuba diving, which, as we know, is even more risky than having a swim, certainly more risky than paddling. And then there are some people out there in the market, some people in the swimming arena that will go right down to the bottom of the sea. You know, really, really fancy equipment, and that's considerably more risk. So what has this got to do with investing? Well, basically, the way we work.
Hello, Jenny. Can you hear me?
Hello. Shall I carry on? Sorry.
Yep, keep going, Doug. Yes,
yeah, okay, so.
There's no speakers. Yeah. What about?
Okay, I'll carry on in the absence. So this is how we show this. Basically, clients that have got all their money in the building society, and now I know you guys don't have building societies, but you'll have banks or certificates of deposit. If you leave your money on deposit, then you're going to not keep pace with inflation over the long term. And that's like being sunburned. Now, no matter how much you chase around the marketplace to try and get slightly better rates of interest, you will get sunburnt in so much as your money won't keep pace with inflation. Now, when we take people from the beach and we take them into the equity arena, we have a no diving allowed concept. So basically, we're not going to take you into 60% equity straight off the bat, even if your risk tolerance questionnaire that you complete tells you or tells us that you've got that capacity, because you've never been in the equity market. So the first thing that we do is we might take your 200,000, whatever it is, and 20% of that money will be in the equity market. The rest will be in government bonds, corporate bonds, and the like. So less risky stuff. Now, as your confidence increases, we'll take you up into potentially the 40% equity bracket. And we have a lot of clients that's all they ever do. They only ever go for a swim. And then we do have some people that are scuba diving, and we have one or two people that really are, you know, bang on in 100% equity, people that completely understand it, but we only take you in as far as you're comfortable, and we're there all of the time to help you. Somebody said we're like your lifeguard, so we're just there keeping an eye on you to make sure that you're all okay. So that's the investment concept. I don't know how to get back. Are you there? That's one thing I need to learn how to do, right? Jen, can you stop me, stop the sharing there? Thank you very much. So that's the first one. Then I'm going to go back to screen sharing again. Sorry, bear with. Right, here we go. Now the other thing that we do with people, again, technology's letting me down now. Talk amongst yourselves. Of course you can't, because you're unmuted. But anyway, and I can't hear you laughing.
We're not laughing. Well, you just talk. You can talk the talk. You don't need to show us pictures, Doug.
Okay. All right. So I'll talk. I'll talk the talk. But basically, the other thing that we do is show people the difference between having all of their money in the bank and the building society versus being in the investment arena. So when you give your 200,000, whatever it is, dollars or pounds to the bank or the building society, they lend it out. So they lend it out to mortgage people, and they will get back between 2 and 4%. They lend it out in personal loans, and for that they'll get between 4 and 7%. And then they lend it on to people with credit cards, and they can get anything from 0% up to 27%. So the average return that the bank or the building society get is somewhere in the region of 6%. So they get 6% of a return on your $200,000, and they give you whatever they give you, which if you're really, really lucky, it's 1%. And if you're running around the marketplace, you might be able to get 1%. In the UK, that has dropped down now to less than, well, 0.1%. Okay, so you're giving or leaving your money in the bank or the building society. They're making 6 to 7% on your money and giving you 0.1%. Now, if we go into and that's, you're in the savings arena. Now, if we move you over into the investment arena, basically what we do is we take your 200,000 pounds, dollars, okay, and we give it to an investment house. And what they do is they lend it to the government in government bonds and get a rate of return. They pass it on and buy corporate bonds from it. So that's again helping businesses. And they buy stocks and shares. Now, the rate of return that you will get from that is somewhere between, over the long term, 6 to 8%. Now, what happens is, out of that 6 to 8%, to be in the investment arena, there is a cost. And that cost traditionally is the platform that you're going to be on, the advisor charge, which is what you pay me, and the money to the investment house. And that's typically about 2%. Can be less, but you know, if we use 2% for ease. So now all of a sudden we've got 6 to 8% that's coming in, 2% that's going to the advisor, but the balance of that money comes back to you. So whilst you're taking a bit more risk, you're getting considerably more return from your money. Now, to cross you over the line from the savings into the investment arena, there is a one-off charge. So you will see possibly half of your first year return will go in the initial charge. So let's say, for example, we've got 6%, we may charge up to 3% to get you over in that arena. But that's a one-off charge. Thereafter, you're paying about 2% and returning anything from 4 to 6% on your money. Okay, now there is more risk, but you're getting rewarded for that risk. So first off, if you think back to where we were, would you like to take a paddle? shall we? Just invest slightly in your money? Or do you want to stay on the beach and get sunburned? And how many minutes have I gone? I always
think
talk.
you're spot on. You're spot on the money there, Doug. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Doug. So probably our job is to stop clients swimming with the sharks. We could use that analogy, couldn't we, as well? So they're good. But I love it, Doug. It's good because particularly with the investment markets at the moment, people are feeling a great degree of uncertainty. And it's great that we can explain things in a simple phrase. Okay, we're going to take a dip in the market in such a great way. Thanks for sharing that on to us.